I think I am fearful of tapping into my potential.
What do you mean by tapping into your potential?
I think I am afraid that if I give in my 100%, then whatever I will discover would be a definitive thing. I would be removing that ambiguity of maybe if I'm giving 99%, I still have that 1% leverage of saying, hey, I did not give my 100%. So if I give my 100%, then that situation is going to define me. I'm scared to be defined.
Interesting. So you're saying that if you've given your 100%, then two things happen. One, once you've given your 100%, then you have no excuse if you still fail. You don't want to face that failure then. Because suppose you've given 99%, in your mind you still know, acha, if I had done that 1% more, then I could have succeeded. So you have like a padding, emotional padding for yourself to feel okay about yourself.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? One thing is that. But then I'm also hearing another thing, that when you give 100%, that means you are committing, which means now you're stuck with that thing. So you're actually getting married. It's like a marriage. You're committing yourself, and we all have fear of commitment, right? So is that also, these two things I can see happening?
Yeah.
Or is there a third?
The third is it would define me. I mean, in definitive terms, you can say, okay, this is it. For at least, even if it's that for that moment, even if it's momentarily, but for that moment you would be.
You become that.
That.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So sometimes it's like, let's not give 100%. And yeah, I think one of the thing you mentioned, the commitment.
Right. So one is you become that becomes your identity. Two is it's a commitment, right? So then you're stuck with it. And then three is like what I said, that you've kind of lost that emotional padding that if I had given that 1% more, I could have succeeded. You have like a reason why you didn't succeed. But if you think you've given 100%, it's too unnerving to think that if you still would have by chance you failed. It's too shattering.
It's too clear of a mirror to
Yeah.
see.
What a beautiful question. But I think, what choice do we have? Do we really have a choice of not giving 100%?
Yeah.
It's worth thinking about, because that's how the world is. It's either all or none. And I remember, I've had this debate with myself, and sometimes I still do that. Should I go all out? Or is it, should there be that one thing that I give all my energy to? I give my 100%. Because I'm a person who's interested in many things, I would like to dabble with making. Nowadays I'm learning how to produce music on my computer, and I'm also learning to play the guitar, although I have no musical abilities whatsoever. But still, it's like something that I want to do, and I like art also, and I like doing YouTube videos also, and I'm doing 3D printing. And even now, sometimes that thought plagues me that, should I be putting all my energy into one thing?
What do you do?
I feel for me, one of the things that I have begun to see in my life, and also in other people's lives around me when I see, is that the truth is that the universe is, now I'm going to use a fancy term, universe is like a fractal, which means a fractal is a design within which the whole design is embedded within every element of the design. By the way, our universe is a fractal, and nature is a fractal, because in every cell of our being we have DNA, and the DNA contains the code of our entire being. Right? So in every cell of the being there is a code of the entire being. Now why am I saying this fancy stuff? Because I feel this is what has led me to realize that when I do one thing deeply, and when I'm aligned towards one thing, what ends up happening is that all my other interests also get captured within that one thing. So for me, that one thing right now is working with youth, is in this program that we run called the Enterprise India Fellowship, and empowering youth to be ready for the future, to become confident, to become doers. And I'm finding that in the process of making this one thing happen and becoming good at this one thing, all my other things are getting fulfilled. Like even my cooking, I'm able to enjoy, I'm able to connect with, I'm able to make it a part of this process. I call my young friends home and we cook together, and I make cooking videos. Even my art is getting involved. I make art related to, inspiration and leadership, and even my writing is getting captured in this. Even my desire to travel is getting captured in this. So I'm now finding that if I become clear that my thing is working with youth and empowering young people, in that one thing, many other things also get captured. So if your one thing was, let's say, making music, with that one thing you'll find that you might also be able to fulfill your desire to write. You might also fulfill your desire to make art and make cover illustrations for your music if you like, or you might also fulfill your desire to do something. You will find connections come up. So
I think you can find your passion for wedding planning also involved with music.
absolutely, you can get your passion for maybe clothes connected to music. So connections happen, but somewhere we need to make that commitment or something, and which means for some time we may need to sacrifice a few other things. But ultimately, I believe and I see practically that a lot of things start rolling in when you become good at one thing. Because if, let's say, you come to me and you're good at writing copy, that means you're good at writing stuff for social media and for ads, I will value you, okay? And because I start valuing you for that, you start getting more. And let's say if you're also interested in writing a musical score for something, suddenly because I know I value you for this, you also get opportunities for that. And now suddenly if you want to, let's say, conduct a workshop or lead a camp, you have access because you already have respect in one thing. People start becoming more open to giving you an opportunity in other things, if you know what I mean. So don't be afraid to give your 100%.
Okay, bye.
Bye.